So I woke up this morning, and the first thing I do is I reach for my phone. I open it, and I see I have 4 messages from Grant, from Hershey Park Enthusiast. So I'm like, oh wow, did it happen? And it turns out it did happen. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go see this for myself. I look at my YouTube channel, and it says 100. And I just want to thank you guys so much, because that's a lot of people. And I know you probably see more YouTubers now with 1 million subscribers than 100, but 100 is still a lot of people, you guys. I don't know. Imagine if there was 100 people standing in front of you right now. It would feel like 1,000, I feel like, but I just want to thank you guys so much. So, I'm gonna bring you guys this video. It's gonna be unscripted. You could probably tell right now that I'm not really as focused, I guess you could say. But let's just get right into the story of how I became a roller coaster enthusiast. So let's talk about the first roller coaster I ever went on. And all of this is according to my mom, because I have no memory of this whatsoever. And I didn't even know about it until my mom told me about it, or at least I asked her about it. So my mom told me that my first ever roller coaster was a wacky worm when I think it was at Del Grosso's amusement park in Pennsylvania. And she said I had a lot of fun on it. I wasn't scared. I was having fun. And that's pretty much the story about my first roller coaster. So the next time I went on a roller coaster, I think was Disney World, where that was my first, I think it was Big Thunder Mountain Railroad was my first ever non-kiddie coaster, and I had a blast. That's still one of the greatest roller coasters I've ever been on to this day. Really good theming. It's probably the best mine train I've ever been on, for sure. But I wasn't tall enough to get on the other roller coasters, so that's why I don't have any other credits from Disney besides Big Thunder Mountain, but I'm happy with that one. So I went to Disney World 2 times in a row in back-to-back years, 2010 and 2011, I think it was. Did the other rides like Splash Mountain and stuff. Really fun rides. But anyways, 2013 was when it happened. My first ever trip to Hershey Park. Now, I don't remember a lot from this trip, but I think the only roller coasters I went on was Comet and Trailblazer. And I remember standing in line for Comet, looking to my left and seeing this really, really weird black and white roller coaster. It was under the track, and it was really, really loud. I couldn't understand it. I'm like, oh, I don't want to get on that. No, that's too scary for me. I don't want to do it. No. Don't ever make me go on that. Never in my life will I ever go on that roller coaster. Nope. We got on Comet, and I really enjoyed it. Comet was a really, really fun roller coaster. And Trailblazer, I remember walking up to it and saying to my parents, are we going to go on that? I don't want to go on it. And then my parents told me, oh, it doesn't go upside down, because something I didn't tell you yet. For some reason, I always thought that if you went upside down, you got sick. So that's why I never went upside down the roller coaster. And mainly why I only did Comet and Trailblazer that day. But I went on Trailblazer thinking whoa, there's metal coasters can actually not go upside down? That's amazing! So I got off that ride enjoying that. And that's all I remember from the 2013 trip, I think. That's all I remember. So after that, I was pretty much off roller coasters for 4 years, I think. Oh no, I went to King's Dominion in 2016. I did Woodstock Express and Avalanche, but it didn't really do anything for me. But yeah, 2017 was the year it all happened. So my brother took a field trip to Hershey Park again. And I'm like, that sounds familiar. So I look it up and I'm like, oh, that's where we went to in 2013. I kind of want to go back there again. So I kept on watching these roller coaster POVs and everything, and asking my parents can we go back to Hershey Park? I found this roller coaster YouTuber by the name of Coaster Studios. I'm like, all right, this guy looks pretty cool. Let's check him out. So I watch him, and I'm like, whoa, there's a lot more to roller coasters than I thought. So I keep watching and keep watching and keep watching, and that was pretty much how I became a roller coaster enthusiast. But the story doesn't end there. You see, I still haven't gone upside down on a roller coaster yet. So I was like, okay, the next time I go to Hershey, I'm getting on Super Duper Looper. No matter what I say, I'm going to do it. So we did go to Hershey that year again. So when we went to Hershey, I think we did Comet first. And that was kind of the downhill of my love for roller coasters. Because you see, I forgot what roller coaster drops felt like. And after I experienced Comet, I was really scared of roller coasters, you guys. I think Comet was the roller coaster that got me scared of roller coasters. It's kind of funny. But anyways, after that, I'm like, all right, I'm pumped. Let's do this. Let's go upside down the roller coaster for the first time. I walk up to it. I'm like, do I have to? But I did it anyways. I do remember crying and stuff in the station, but I committed and I did it. And I went upside down for the first time. Of course, I didn't want to do it for the rest of the day, but I did it. I conquered, I guess you could say, a fear. Yeah, I was afraid of going upside down. So yeah, it would be a fear in my opinion. So we did go to Hershey Park again that same year, but I don't think we did anything newer. Not at the top of my head, at least. So we also went again in 2019, and I went on Wildcat and Lightning Racer, and I love those rides. But I don't know why. I still was afraid of roller coasters, and I just wanted to get that fear out of the way. Just gone forever. I don't want a teensy bit of it there anymore. I just want it gone. 2021 is the year everything changed. 2017 was the year it happened, but 2021, whew. Alright, let's dive into 2021, guys. So, I really wanted to conquer this fear, and what I was afraid of was how big the roller coasters were, the heights, how the weightless feeling in the stomach on the drops, the dropping feeling. Afraid of the sounds. I don't know if I already said that, but I was actually afraid of a lot of things. So I thought, all right, if I get season passes to Hershey Park, one, I get to go to Hershey Park like every week, which would be awesome. And two, I'm going to be around roller coasters more often, so I get used to how big they are, or all the sounds they make and stuff. And hopefully get over my fear of roller coasters. So, with a lot of praying and convincing my parents, we got season passes to Hershey Park in January. So I'm like, yeah, let's go. So I went back into research mode, and I wanted to find the first day, opening day for Hershey Park. And I think it was like in the middle of March where they released the calendar dates. It was April 2nd. I'm like, Mom, are you off on this day? Because it was a Friday and she still works on that day. And she's like, oh, no. And plus, no, it was spring break, so I didn't have school. But she had work and we couldn't go. So we went the next day on April 3rd. Like, the most crowded I've ever seen an amusement park ever. Like, geez, it was so crowded that day. I only did the monorail and laugh track. After I rode laugh track, I kind of got a new connection for roller coasters that I never had before. Because you see, I heard of a method where if you flex your stomach muscles, the dropping feeling in your stomach it's toned down. It's not like completely gone, but it's toned down. So I tried that in laugh track and I'm like, whoa, that drop was like actually enjoyable. That actually works. Holy cow, I'm going to keep doing that. But of course we waited like an hour and 45 minutes in line and we had to leave the park because it was closing. But anyways, yeah, I made a new connection. I was still afraid to get on the bigger roller coasters, but I made a new connection with roller coasters that day. And then the next visit to Hershey, April 23rd, 2021, the day that changed my life forever for the better. Every time I went back to Hershey, I always said I was going to go on Great Bear. But then I'd see it, and I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going on that. You kidding? No. So, season pass night. Me and my dad went to Hershey Park. I'm like, okay, first, let's go on Super Duper Looper, because it had been like 4 years since I've been on Looper. So I went on that, and On the brake run, I had a realization. Every single roller coaster ride is the same. It's the same feeling. Huh. So I turned to my dad and I said, Dad, let's do it. Let's go on Great Bear. He's like, all right. So we get off the ride and immediately I went to Great Bear. And I wasn't even scared. I was kind of like, wow, I'm actually in the station for Great Bear right now. And I still remember the seat I sat in on my first ride. 3rd row, left outer seat. That was one of the best rides of my entire life on a roller coaster. It was that night. It was on my favorite roller coaster ever. And it got me over my fear of roller coasters. And I know that because after I got off of it, I wanted to get on everything in the park. Like Fahrenheit, Sidewinder, Candemonium. Yeah, no problem. And immediately, I went and got a picture of me on Great Bear for the first time. And I'll show that here right now. So there's me. You can see my dad. And you could see me. I'm really happy. I was having a blast. And there's something I never really showed you guys because I never, there was never really a need to, but I guess now is the time. So for me to remember my big moment on getting on Great Bear, I actually kind of vlogged it. I'm not even kidding. So I'll show you a clip right now of my first ever reaction to Great Bear. Here you go. Alright, just got off Great Bear. My new number 1 best coaster in the park. What do you think, Dad?
I think it was awesome.
So, yeah, you could see I was very, very, very excited. I conquered fear. I loved Great Bear, as you could probably tell. But, yeah, I no longer think it's the number 1 coaster in the park. That would go to Sky Rush. But it's still my favorite coaster, of all time. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. My next milestone is 500 subscribers. And comment down below what would you like to see for the next milestone. And I would also like some video ideas because I'm kind of running out of video ideas. So put those down in the comments too. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.